work out here. No slacking.
Guys, it's your boy D Valo. It's happening. It's official. Kell Brook vs Errol Spence, 27th of May. It's happening in Bramal Lane in the Sheffield Stadium in Kell Brook's hometown. Eddie Hearn is calling it the biggest fight in boxing history, and this is definitely a good one. First, I'd like to say, look at this graphics. Look at this. This is like a game, but it's actually reality. So yeah, there's been words between these two over social media. It's brewing up nicely. These two. First of all, Spence was saying that everyone's giving Kell Brook too much credit for his performances, and that the only reason why he's fighting him is because he had to. And then Kell Brook has turned around and said, well, a lot of people are thinking that was trying to duck this fight, but I won it against Sean Porter in America for this title, for my spot in welterweight. So I'm not going to give that up for nobody, especially Errol Spence. So now, yeah, these two are fighting on the May the 27th. So what do I think is going to happen in this? I did an earlier video on that, and I just got into it briefly. I thought it would be May the 20th, but it's actually May the 27th now. It's official. But yeah, I was just talking about their styles. Now, these two are very, very talented and very, very good. Errol Spence, if you don't know, watch his fights because he's very good and he's talented. As I said before, he has, in all of his fights, he's quite dominating. Two people he's fought, Chris Algieri and Liam Abundu, he stocked them in 5 to 6 rounds. Kell Brook, as we know about Kell Brook from the GGG fight, how he outboxed GGG in that fight but got hurt. But so the matchup between these two, the big question which is on everyone's lips is, how is Kell Brook going to handle that weight now? How is he going to handle that change from 160 back down to 147? Well, Eddie Hearn has assured us that they've spoken to the nutritionist and they are working on a way to do it very safely, and he's going to get back to welterweight. But one interesting thing Eddie Hearn just said in that recent interview was that, which I think is very true, is that Kell Brook is massive at welterweight. When he's at welterweight, he is massive. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, what the fuck? How big is this guy? Like, he's literally the biggest welterweight I've seen. So it'll be interesting to see what Spence looks like, because Errol Spence, when I've seen him at welterweight, he's not skinny, but he looks it looks like he is a natural welterweight, but he's not massive. He's muscly, but not massive. So Kell Brook is massive at welterweight and he's quick. So would that body would that give him an advantage in the fight? Would he be able to bully Errol Spence? I don't think. Bullying, he's not going to be able to do it, because out of the two, I'd say both of these two got power, but I don't think it's going to be a bullying contest. But the other question is, how much damage does GGG do to Kell Brook? We know he got a mashed in eye socket. Like he's broken his eye socket and had to have extensive surgery to get that to get that on the mend and fixed properly. So what is that? Is that the game plan for Errol Spence? Just aim for the eye, and once you open up that wound again, it's fresh wounds, isn't it? He only had that fight a few months ago. Open up that eye and then yeah, to go from there. It seems like a bit of a dirty tactic. What do you guys think? If you're on the Errol Spence's corner, like, his corner might be telling him, you know what, if all else fails, fucking hit him in the eye, see what happens. But yeah. I don't know how this one is gonna go. In my first video, I said that it would definitely go to a split decision, because I was just thinking of the skill of these two. They're not gonna they're gonna be fighting it out, so I don't know who's gonna really win, like who's gonna get knocked out. I don't know if it's gonna end quickly. There's loads of questions about this one, but it's like excuse me guys, yeah, it's such a big event. Sky Sports box office, the undercard for this fight will be announced, but you got guys like Dillian White on there who says that he definitely wants to fight, and there's going to be other British fighters on there too. So it's going to be a massive event, and this is going to be headlining it. I'm looking forward to it. if you haven't seen it, go and watch Kell Brook's fight, because there was talks to say, well, Kell Brook, the only tough people he's fought is, well, GGG, as we know, and Sean Porter, who he beat, and everybody else that he's fought has just been on the British level and the European level, is what people are saying. But I think that he's a very skilled opponent. I think he did beat Sean Porter, and he did outbox Golovkin. So if he outboxed Golovkin as a welterweight, then Daniel Jacobs did the same thing in midweight. So does that mean that in terms of skill, not size, you can't compare the two, but in terms of skill, does that mean Kell Brook has those same outboxing skills like Daniel Jacobs, meaning he can outbox a bigger guy, meaning if he's actually bigger than Kell Brook, he'll be able to, bigger than Errol Spence, he'll be able to outbox Errol Spence? Is Errol Spence like a similar sort of fighter, just looking to stalk you down and try and knock you out? If so, then Kell Brook will be able to outbox him or outsmart him and get enough points. But from the fights that I've seen with Errol Spence, he has been fighting. Yeah, he fought Chris O'Dree and Leon Bundu, but let's face it, Leon Bundu was past it. He's been past it for a few years now. So he wasn't the best Leonardo Bundu anyway, and also Chris O'Dree wasn't. Not to take that away from him, he performed very well. But this will be Errol Spence's biggest test too. It's not like this is going to be a pushover for him. This is going to be his hardest fight yet. He seems to be very, very up for it. He flew in from Dallas today, and he's come down to Sheffield to see what's going on. He looks like he's saying that he's confident that he really wants to take that belt back to the USA. But Kell Brook went to America and took the belt from USA from Sean Porter and brought it back to Britain. So now he's going to be fighting in his hometown in front of all his fans and against this young prospect, Errol Spence. So I think this is going to be an electric fight. It's going to be one to watch. Do not miss it out, you guys. If you don't know that this is going on yet, I don't know what you've been doing, but make sure you tune in for this one. If you're any kind of boxing fan, you're going to enjoy it. But yeah, big questions. How's Kell Brook going to deal with the weight? Is he going to be able to make that weight back to 147 anyway? Because Eddie Hearn was telling him he should stay at 154. So what's he going to be like at welterweight? Is he gonna be drained? Eddie Hearn said that he's camped out in Spain, so I'm thinking, well, he's out in Spain, sweating it out, trying to sweat it out, sweat the muscles back down. And he says he's controlling everything he eats and everything that goes into his body. So yeah, that sounds like he's going to be on some kind of strict diet to try and get him back down. But yeah, Kell Brook is a massive welterweight. Like, sometimes I look at him and think, how could he be a welterweight? Because I'm like 64 kg, so I'm lighter than a welterweight. But when I look at my size compared to Kell Brook's size, when I look at my size compared to like a normal person at 64 kg, doesn't matter if you're a boxer or not, just looking at somebody in a similar sort of range. So I think, wow, he's massive. Thinking, right, he is big. When I look at Errol Spence, I think, right, yeah, you as a pro boxer, you are going to have that kind of shape, you know what I mean? So it's a one where I'm thinking, what's really going on there, Carl? I don't like to be accusing people of doing things, but there's only two ways you can get that big. And drugs might be part of it, you know. I just don't know, but I wouldn't want to say that yet because I haven't got any concrete evidence to suggest anything like that. But maybe he can just get really big really quick, man. People can just do that, you know. That's just, it's all in the genes, you know. You can't really find out about that. But you know what, I'm not here to do a scientific investigation on this. They got drug squads to do all of that kind of thing. I'm here to tell you guys about this fight and how excited I am for it. And yeah, Kell Brook versus Errol Spence, May the 27th. It's happening. Bramal Lane is in the Sheffield. I wonder what the ticket prices will be like for this fight, because they said that they're gonna let us know what the ticket prices are, because this is the kind of fight that I'd like to see live, because I know that there's going to be a good undercard and the main event is not going to disappoint. And there's something I like about watching a boxing fight in a stadium, because you get more of that that whole boxing atmosphere. The atmosphere, like when you go to a football match, it's there, but in a boxing environment, it's really good. So this is the kind of fights I look forward to. Kell Brook versus Errol Spence. I don't know what the outcome to be this. I'm a Kell Brook fan because he's from Britain, but I already said in my last video that this Errol Spence, even in the bookies, he's rated like as the favourite. Imagine, he's the favourite for this, so he's very good. So I'm saying that I'm still sticking with my idea of split decision, and let the best man win. You know, I'm gonna keep it open. I want Kell Brook to keep that title, but if Errol Spence comes and snatches it, then well, it's going to be some other big fights. Kell Brook can still fight Furman, whoever can fight Furman afterwards. But yeah, I think Kell Brook has got a very good chance, simply with the fact that he's very good at welterweight, and so when he goes back down to his natural weight, it's going to be a big if Errol Spence is thinking that he's going to be some kind of pushover, or he's going to have problems getting to the weight, and then he sees him in great shape, that might mess with him mentally, you know, because these two have been talking over social media, but I'd like to see how it is face to face, because Kell Brook says that he's not ducking down from a fight. He wants it. If the fans want it, he's going to put on a show. Spence is saying, yeah, I want this fight, I want to take the belt back. So I want to see what they're doing when they're looking at each other eye to eye, you know, getting ready, and then the fights. So yeah, May 27. Make sure if you're watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Give me a like, guys. Like my video and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to see some more videos, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy D Vallo, and I'm out.